You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm back. Road Rants for Black and White Sports. Well. Gwen Berry, it seems we have somebody that has taken your systematic racism and oppression and raised you one false narrative. Yes, an American patriot. An American patriot that was born in a town that I literally grew up in, walking the streets. Marshall, Texas. That's right. George Foreman has come out and he made some glorious comments. And he is proof that Gwen Berry doesn't know what she's talking about. She is proof that there is no such thing as oppression in this country. And he started doing it back in the 60s. Can you imagine what this guy heard, what he went through in a true civil rights movement? Not this crap that's going on right now. George Foreman, an American patriot. Let's get to it. But first, make sure you go over and grab your Wuhan James shirt. That's right. Taking my talents to China. The a-hole's face is covered by the almighty Chinese dollar. LeBron James will run his mouth about everything, but only the Chinese dollar will shut him the hell up, it seems. Well, you can grab this bad boy right out of our merch store. Promo code LaChinaSucks, S-U-X, all one word, for 21% off. Let's get to the story from Newsweek. Gwen Berry knockout. George Foreman said he's not ashamed to be an American. Former Olympic and professional boxing champion George Floyd used Independence Day to share his love for America to trump week-long coverage of Gwen Berry, who qualified for the U.S. Olympic team but has bashed things like the national anthem. Foreman, who went from gold medalist to 1968 Mexico Summer Olympics to a professional heavyweight champion and eventual entrepreneur, tweeted Sunday that he loves America and he's not ashamed of it. For about 54 years, people have asked me to not keep saying, quote, I love America. Well, I do, and I'm not ashamed of it. Don't leave it, love it. Happy 4th of July. And there is Foreman with the American flag proudly celebrating Independence Day. And he is living proof Gwen Berry doesn't know what the hell she is talking about. Foreman won the gold medal in 68 as a heavyweight, as an amateur, before becoming professional the next year. Berry finished third in the hammer-throwing Olympic trials last month while standing on the podium for her third-place finish, the Star-Spangled Banner playing, in which Berry turned and would not face the American flag. She should be banned from Olympic competition. Now, I also want to point something else out. Deanna Price won that hammer-throwing contest. Second-place finisher Brooke Anderson. Both of them stood on their podiums with their hands over their hearts, gazing at the flag, like anybody representing this country should do if they're going to be in the Olympics. Berry stomped around behind her, throwing herself a little fit, eventually pulled a shirt over her head that read activist athlete. Politicians made their feelings known on Sunday, so did Foreman. This comes from a black athlete who competed at the same Olympics as two black Americans that stood on the medal podium, Tommy Smith back in the day and John Carlos back in the day. While on the medal podium, neither American athlete wore shoes, but simply black socks to portray black poverty. Foreman took up boxing during troubled childhood in the poor part of Houston. He takes pride in his Mexico City experience. He went on to become heavyweight champion. He knocked out Joe Frazier, lost to Ali in 74 in the Rumble in the Jungle in Zaire. Foreman retired in 77. They put in here his comebacks weren't stellar, but y'all are full of shit. George Foreman come back and whipped ass in the 90s. I watched I don't know how many of his fights. And it goes on to talk about Gwen Berry and all of her protesting that we have covered extensively on this channel. This is exactly what we like to see. We like to see an athlete go out there, be unapologetic in their patriotism for this country. Now listen, George Foreman came up in a time when, yeah, it's likely he put up with some true racism. That's right. During that civil rights movement in that era, the actual civil rights movement, not the bullshit false narrative crap we hear now that comes fueled from the fire of the media. They're the real virus, by the way. But George Foreman came up in the real deal, the real time. And you know what? He's not afraid to come out and say he is proud to be an American, that this is his Independence Day. Yes, George Foreman and every other black American, this July 4th is your Independence Day for this country. You walk around free every day. You have opportunities to do things like compete in the Olympics. And you don't realize that I did a video about Gwen Berry on blackandwhitenetwork.com. I didn't put it on YouTube because YouTube would have banned the damn thing. But a North Korean defector came out and said, plain and simple, if she'd have tried that in North Korea, where people are truly oppressed and truly slaves, they would have ended Gwen Berry. Think about that. But Gwen Berry doesn't know what the hell she's talking about, and she's miseducated, and she's preaching a message that just does not exist in America. I'm proud of George Foreman. Tell me what you think, black and white sports fans. Marshall, Texas. God dang, that's great. Peace, I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.